We're going live, we're going live, we're going live. Hello, hello, fantastic feeders. How are you doing today? Getting everything set up. Yes, we're going down to defeat, not to defeat, but defeat. So come on down with me. So if you have your ball that we were using last time, we're going to start with that. Well, if I find mine, we will. There we go. I got it. I got it. Okay. So again, starting with the feet. Ugh. Golf ball, such ball, right behind your knuckles. Okay. So these are the knuckles. This is the ball right behind. So it kind of goes up in that little cove and then down. And we're just warming up the fascia of these feet muscles with this. So what happens if you slide it back a little bit? Okay. So you're just down and then spread. I really want you to focus on spread. Do what the hands do. Crunch and spread. So again, working on that mobility of the feet. This is not our main purpose today. This is just your warm up. Gotta have a warm up. Can't start anything cold, right? All right, here we go. The weight is back on that heel. And then you can put as much weight into that foot as you would like, as you need. Again, no pain. So keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and switch over to that other foot. If you are on Facebook Live, I apologize. I don't have it up so I can see questions. I will answer them as soon as we get done here though. Same thing with anybody on YouTube. All right, so down and up, down and up, down, up. I look like I have a bruise on my toe. Interesting, okay. All right, we'll work with it. All right, oh, that feel good? Okay, let's go to the heel. I know I should have done that first in the other one. Whoops. You should be able to hold the heel. Again, rock the ankle. Keep your knees still. This is very important. We're working on that disassociation so that the right muscles do the work. Okay, again, it might be very small, but hold that knee still. Let the ankle rock. Take a little pressure off the ankle if you need. Just kind of think about rolling the ball side to side. Okay, other side. Back on that heel bone, on that plantar fascia, holding the knee still, rock it side to side. All right, and done. All right, putting that off to the side. Putting it away so the cats don't get it. All right, so I'm going to use a foam roller for balance. So if you have a chair or something you can hold on to, feel free to do that. So I want you to stand with the feet hip distance apart. So femurs are kind of really in here. It's not out here, it's here. So if I drop a line straight down from the femurs, so kind of go in the middle of where your hip bends, that's going to give you approximately, boom, straight down. So it should feel like you have equal weight, big toe to little toe. So that's going to be the key here. All right. So again, hold on as needed. So you're slowly going to lift the heels, but I want you to keep the big toes down. So you may take a few times like I'm doing. So, okay, where is everything? It's a big toe staying down. What's going on? So this is about quality as opposed to quantity. So it's just a small lift. I'm going to turn to the side, let you see how small it really is. So here, as I'm warming up and figuring it out, that's where it is. So I'm trying to keep my weight back over my heels now as I figure it out. It's easy to do this if you lift forward. I want you to think about you're lifting the body up as opposed to forward. There we go. So it takes a little bit of practice. And again, focus on big toes down. So the feet may be a little bit wider if you do yoga, mountain pose. A lot of times the feet are together, we're not there. I want you to be able to really push the big toe down as you do this. So push the big toe down, lift the heels up. So it did take me a little bit, even though I do this regularly, whoa, to get range of motion. And again, that's fine. Quality versus quantity. I have a lot more stability if I'm right here. Okay, so lift and lower. Again, lifting up as opposed to forward. So some of that is core activation, holding on to something as you need, as you retrain your muscles. And again, this is all about getting those feet to work, right? So that big toe tends to get tight. For those of you who have a toe tarting a bunion, that's part of it, is that you've done this. You've compensated for lack of mobility in that toe. So we are working on just getting some mobility there, okay? If you have that bunion, if you have that toe turning, and you have one of those blocks, you can put it in between your toes as you do this as well. And again, just keep it small. Again, quality versus quantity, right? That's what it's all about. Now we're doing the hokey pokey. Okay, it's one of those days. All right, got a couple more. All right, and then relax. Okay, so one more off the side, whatever you're holding on to. You may still need to hold on, and that's fine. So you can do this next one seated. Oh, previous one, you can also do seated if that's what you need. Just do that really quickly. Again, same thing, it's just lifting up and down. Works different calf muscle, but it gives you that awareness of what's going on with the feet. Okay, so you feel the ankles are nice and stable, you're really pushing that big toe down. Okay, so if you had some serious issues with doing it standing, do it seated, nothing wrong here. All right, so now take your right foot out in front of you, and it should be feel free to slide on that floor, whatever you're on. Otherwise, you can take an object and put your heel out on it, so it is going to be free to move. Okay, and I want you to, I'm going to do the other leg, I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so I'm holding on to George, make sure he doesn't move. All right, so I want you to point and press the heel, and I want you to focus on keeping the knee still, so without just really paying attention, my knee wants to move a little bit. So a lot of clients, when I do this with them, they start bending, straightening that knee. Again, we want the ankle to move. That's part of the foot. All the muscles from the foot, the big muscles, come up into this lower leg. So stabilize the knee and then move the ankle. Press the heel out. Okay, you can have a George, you can roll it on George. And again, if you're on the ground, it can be sliding, sliding. The nice thing about having it slightly lifted is you do get a little bit more range of motion. I have great ankle flexibility, so I can use that. You may not. So again, what works? Knee is still, move from the ankle. Move from the ankle. So you're seeing muscles engage here, right? So this is your shin, your tibialis anterior. You're seeing the calves do a little bit of releasing and relaxing. And notice my toes. My toes really aren't helping much. A lot of times the toes will curl or they'll spread, they'll scrunch. I want your toes relaxed, and that's probably going to be the most challenging thing we work on today, is that the toes relax. So I am pointing the foot, but it's coming from the ankle. There's just a little bit of toe right at the end. Okay, so my focus is ankle. Ankle. So even relax the toes. Don't worry about that end range motion. Press and release. Your knees staying still. Mobilizing that ankle. Okay, so now that we've got that mobilized, we're going to start. This is going to be a foundation for a lot of what we do. So pull the toes in towards you. Ah. All right, so keep the toes in towards you. I want you to press the ball of the foot away. So that's like gas pedal. Press it on the gas pedal. Now I want you to intentionally curl your toes. Now I want you to pull your toes up. And now I want you to press the heel out. Oh, there went the knee again. So gas pedal, curl the toes, uncurl the toes, press the heel. Gas pedal, toes, undo the toes, through the heel. And again, really focusing on keeping this in 4 parts. So at the moment, we're just working on the mobility in the foot. We will add resistance here at some point if you have a flat band. We're not there today. We're just learning to move still. All right, and then release. All right, going over to your other foot. So my knee was hidden on this one, which is why I switched to the other leg. All right, so keeping that knee straight, just point and press. So from the ankle, do your movements. Again, let the toes relaxed. So I think these toes are much better at letting the ankle do the work. Press through that heel, so that gives you a stretch across the shin, that gives you a stretch through the calf, even up into the hamstring here. So you're really working on, again, mobility. How are the toes doing? Are they staying relaxed, or do you see them helping? Crunch, okay? So yeah, notice that there is getting some movement in my arch. You'll see that easily here on this side. Okay? And again, just getting everything to work independent like it's supposed to. Yes, it's great to use everything as a kinetic chain, but we also need this independence. All right, so now going into gas pedal. So pull the toes up to start. You're gonna push the gas pedal away. You're gonna point the toes. You're gonna extend the toes, and then you're gonna release. Give myself a little bit more range of motion here. So push, toes, untoes, heel. Push, toes, keep the toes curled as you press that heel. So it may look like they flatten out a little bit, that's okay. Again, that comes with time and with strength. And again, it's the intention of what are the muscles doing. So as I pull up, I see my ball of the foot lifting, that little pinky stays where it is. So if I keep the ball of the foot straight, that looks like I stay a little more curved, extended, spread. All right, last one here. We will continue to work with that. All right, so now take a walk around on your feet. How do you feel? Feel a little more alive? Okay, good job. Happy Friday, and I will see you guys next Wednesday for continuing our fantastic feet.